Gen fam. This is Kane Romano. He's with us for our first episode of our preseason player spotlight coming up to our 2026 football season here in Michigan. I want to introduce him. Kane, how you feeling?
Feeling great, coach. How about you?
We're making it over here, man. You know, it's a lovely day, right? We got what is it, 70 degrees outside. The sun's shining. We ain't dealing with storms. We can actually talk because the internet's not cutting out on us today, right? So we're going to kind of chat up with Kane about, just basically how his last season went, what he's been doing in the off season, and what he's looking forward to this season. So Kane, you're a linebacker for the Dansville High School Aggies down in Dansville, Michigan, just south of Lansing, right?
Yep.
How did last season go for us? Tell us a little bit about that.
So last season we broke our losing streak of 3 years. Ended it off on a really high note. Had a bunch of great plays. Um, so we took a tough loss to Perry. Losing by I think 14, something like that. Had to forfeit a game due to injury players, but we ended off on a really high note, setting the tone for the off season. Um, Getting a bunch of returners. We're getting a bunch of new kids. Getting a bunch of kids that played a while back. Um, yeah, I think we're looking really good. Switching to 8 man. Um, so we have a bunch of good games for our special games for our homecoming. We have Montebello. We have for our senior night the rating the defending state champions, Portland St. Pat. So that's gonna be an exciting one. I think Next Gen is actually airing that or going to be there for that, so that's going to be really exciting too.
Yeah, we're planning on being out there for probably a couple games this season. We're really looking forward to it and seeing how that atmosphere has changed going to 8 man. And the new opponents, right? Like, you guys don't play these guys on a regular basis. You know, you're used to playing Pewamo and Fowler and all these powerhouses in the CMAC, right? And now you're getting a
Yeah,
little bit of switch up. You guys also have Potterville back on the schedule for the first time in a couple years, right? How are you feeling about that?
um, that's probably just the biggest game I want. Um, Last time we played, a couple things happened behind the scenes we're not going to get into, but um, yeah, we're finally bringing back the rivalry of the Ville, Potterville and Dansville, so that's going to be a really exciting one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes. I know they had a little bit of success, probably not as much as they wanted to the last year when they were in 8 man because they went to 8 man the year prior, right? So they had a little bit of success. I'm sure they're looking to build on that, and they've got some guys out there. So who are you keeping your eye on this season as far as opponents go? Who's the big one that you've got to beat?
The big one we got to beat, I feel like just our home opener against Fulton. We've been doing all this hype up to 8 man. I feel like we just have to show out for the home opener against a team that's been 8 man for a while now. So I just feel like we just got to prove everyone that we can win our first game.
Besides yourself, shout out some of your boys. Who are your key players that you guys are looking at to put a heavy workload on this year, and who you're expecting to shine?
Man, just the entire team, but just some individuals. I got Mason Burgett. He's looking really good. His elbows getting back to normal. It's already been back to normal. He's looking real bouncy. Uh, you got Christopher Mattias. Christopher's looking real big, getting real strong. Some incoming freshmen who I'm liking. Ian Kemmler, he's looking really good, really shifty. He's also Mason Cash, and then also my boy Cash Clark. Um, he's looking really good this season. James Saint Amant, he's incoming sophomore now. He's looking to be really strong as well. So, yeah, those are just a few of the major impact players that we have here at Dansville.
How has the team's off-season preparation been? What have you guys been doing, and how's that been shaping out for you guys?
Yeah, we've been doing weight room Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Weight room numbers have actually been really good. Uh, we've been getting probably close to 15 to 20 kids in each and every day. Then right after, straight to field work. You know, we're just in and out. Stay locked in for the 4 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours that we have just to get prepped for that week one against Fuller.
And you guys are coming under a first, or not a first year head coach, but a first year coach at Dansville. Tell us a little bit about Coach.
Coach Hancock, he's been amazing for Dansville. He also is counselor, I think, for Dansville. I don't know what his position role is, but he's also working for Dansville, so he's also around the players every single day during school. So that also helps a lot, getting us to get to know him better. And yeah, really easygoing guy. I like him a lot.
Okay. What about the rest of the staff? Who do you guys have? Who do you guys have on staff that you're excited to be playing under again, or maybe for the first time? And what are their positions, and what are they kind of
Yeah.
breeding into you guys this off season?
So we have Coach Dan for the O line. He's coming back from last year's staff. Coach Dom Dismuke. He's working with the running backs and corners. Coach Kennel. He's working with the linebackers and the O line, wideouts. He's everywhere. Coach Mark, love that guy. And
He's a character.
Hayden Tomlin, Coach Tomlin. He's coming back just to be a positional guy wherever we need him. And yeah,
Cool, cool. It sounds like you guys got a lot brewing for you guys and a lot of momentum coming into the season. Let's talk about kind of what happened with your off season. Obviously, you came out of your junior year. You didn't have any offers coming into that hectic and all important off season between your junior and your junior and senior seasons. Tell me a little bit about what you did to prepare for the off season and kind of what your routine was, and tell me a little bit about that.
yeah. So my routine really, just pretty much working out every single day. Monday, Tuesday, is at Dansville. Wednesdays are going up to my gym in East Lansing called Crunch. Thursdays back at Dansville. Friday back at Crunch. Saturday's rest day. And Sundays I go up to Crunch with my cousins. So it's really just honestly just a grind. I'm finally taking care of my uh, body a lot better. I'm recovering from my AC joint injury. But I'm just feeling great. I've been getting a lot stronger. Picked up my first two offers last week, so that's just awesome.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about those. Who were those offers from, and how those come about?
So after a great talk with Coach Hill from Detroit Christian Community College, said that he really liked my film, and so he's going to offer me. So I'm going on to visit there July 30th, go see what they have to offer and how everything is there. Then I think 2 days later, I was on a trip with my girlfriend. Then Coach Riley from Trine, uh, me and him have had a bunch of conversations. The path is just as long as Coach Keith from Trine. I've been on two visits there so far, and he just got up to me, congratulated me on my first offer. And then after a great talk with him, I was blessed to receive my second offer from Trine University.
Nice. So those offers, obviously, it sounds like you're having some good conversations and building some relationships with the coaches. Tell us about your camp experience throughout the off season. What camps did you attend? How do you feel you performed, and what do you think made you stand out over some of the other guys that were there?
Yeah, the camps I've been to I think probably around four or five. What makes me stand out, I feel like, is personally just my work ethic. My goal is just to be the best version of myself and just use the best of my God given abilities and being very vocal. A lot of people go to this camp not wanting to show off what it is to be a true athlete and using their vocal cords, not being as loud because, how you do it in campus, how you're going to translate to the field, in my opinion. So you have to do everything that you do on the field to the campus.
No, I would second that. I mean, I've been to plenty of camps. I was probably at more camps than you were this off season, just watching, and meeting new athletes and meeting coaches and stuff like that. And unfortunately, one of the big things that I saw that is probably hindering more of these guys than you would believe is just the fact that they come to the camp shy, right? They're around a bunch of
Yeah.
guys they're not used to. They're around a bunch of coaches, maybe coaching them differently, maybe harder, maybe softer, whatever the case is, and they don't know how to react to it, and they just kind of stand there like a robot, and just go with emotions, and they miss out on reps. They're slow. They're trying to it takes them a little while to warm up, and by the time they realize what they're doing and they start getting into a flow, the camp's over with, right? So What would your
Yeah.
message be to some of these younger guys that are going to be going out and experiencing camps for the first time? Maybe here at the end of the summer, but probably more likely at the end of the season coming into next year. What do you think you would say to those guys?
Just bet on yourself. You have to go in there with confidence. You can't be scared of anything. Um, because everyone's gonna get a chance and everyone's gonna find their way. So just don't overthink it. Is my message. Just bet on yourself.
Okay. All right, so we talked a little bit about last season and breaking the streak. We talked a little bit about your off season and your experience. Congratulations on your offers, by the way, and we talked
Thank you.
briefly about your upcoming season. What are some of the goals that you and your team have for this upcoming season as far as a whole?
Yeah. So some team goals that we have. I think just to win a bunch of games and with the MHSA rules we can make playoffs because we didn't combine with a different team. So I think a goal is just make playoffs. Honestly, haven't made Dansville hasn't made playoffs since 2020, but 2020 really everyone made playoffs because of COVID. But yeah, I think we can do really good this year. Um, so I think just making playoffs. I think everyone getting reps in and contributing would be another big goal. And always picking each other up is the main goal, honestly. Having everyone's back.
For sure. No, I like that, and we saw a lot of that last year with you guys. Kind of getting into that habit and the momentum of being team guys, right? And not just being out there playing selfishly and playing for yourself, right? So, with that being said, what are some of the personal goals you have for yourself?
Yeah, so some personal goals I have is definitely want to break that 3 digit for the tackles. I want to break 115 tackles this year, roughly even more than that because sophomore year I got I think around 78 tackles. Junior year broke 85. I got 88, but that was in 8 games. So I averaged probably around 11 something tackles a game. So this year, definitely, with being a more faster paced game, from what I've heard, less people on the field, I think I could definitely break 150 tackles.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's definitely in the cards for you. I know you've been up there with the state leaders and definitely at the top of the CMAC for the last couple of seasons and coming into what this is going to be your third full season as a starter at the varsity level, right? So
Fourth.
fourth, okay. I wasn't sure about your freshman year, but yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
four straight starting years at the varsity level coming in. You have you've broken the mold. I think personally, we look at Kane. What do you stand? 5'9",
Yeah,
5'10",
around there.
5'9", 190 to 200 pounds roughly. You do wrestling, right? Do you do anything else? Are you running track still?
Nah, not really. Last spring, I just worked out for football. Got my positional stuff down, getting my shuffle down, staying low. I got my stance a lot better, honestly, because in my film, no, my stance isn't the best, so I made sure I got that down, honestly. Just getting my picture perfect stance down.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you've definitely broken the mold, right? You're an undersized guy playing a position that most schools look at as, 6 foot and above, right? Even 6'2" for some of the higher end schools, right? They're looking at 220, 225 is what they're looking for, and you've kind of done that. And you've earned some offers, right? You've shown that you can play at your height and your size, and kind of overcome that barrier. So we're excited to see how the senior season goes and follow you along. And obviously, like we said, we'll be out there to cover that journey for a couple of games this season. And we're just excited to see what you guys do out there at Dansville and see if you guys can kind of flip the script. I know it's been a rough couple of years, so it's going to be a fun one for you guys this year. We're rooting for you, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys in the playoffs, hitting your goals, and seeing you at the state leaders with your tackles and everything else. So we're excited to see
Thank you.
where you go, and I know we're going to meet with your teammate Mason here in the next couple of days and get him on here to kind of give his take on things as well. So, um, anything you want to say to the younger guys, or maybe some of the guys in your same position, or anything like that before we let you go?
Just watch out for Dansville this year. That's all I got to say.
All right, I like it. Well, Kane, I appreciate you coming on and chatting with us. Make sure you guys go follow him on Twitter. Go ahead and shout out your handle. I don't know it by heart, so
Just Kane Romano 1.
All right, so that's KaneRomano1 on Twitter. Go follow him, check him out, follow his journey. We got 12 months left of this, and then we're getting ready for some college ball after those offers, right? And I'm sure we're gonna find a couple more stacked up in there and give you some more options as we go along. And I'm sure you're gonna find the right home, and it's gonna be exciting to watch you at the next level too. So appreciate you. By the way, where are you going? Because I see you're in the car. I gotta ask where you're headed to.
We're headed up to the UP. We're Utising.
Okay. A city I've never been to and probably couldn't spell to save my life because you guys got some weird spellings for cities up there. So.
Yeah, we're going to some place called Picture Rocks.
Oh
See a
yeah, I've
bunch
heard of
pictures
that.
there.
Yeah, I've heard of
Yeah.
that. Well, that'll be fun, man. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Hope you guys enjoy your time together. Don't do anything silly. Don't get into any trouble. If you guys need something, I'm
Yes,
here.
sir.
Let me know. But appreciate you guys. Have a good night, good weekend, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Sounds good.
All right. See ya.